high sign from Catherine, and we have a quorum plus. But anyway, welcome to the May meeting, regular board meeting of the Harlan Community School District Board of Education. And we will get right to business and call the meeting to order and determine that we do have a quorum. This is a public forum. And Catherine, do we have anybody that has elected to come and speak to us?
No.
No one has elected, so we'll move past item B to C, the approval of the agenda. Any questions about the agenda or any discussion about the agenda? Otherwise, we'll take a motion.
So moved.
So moved by Jade and second by Greg. And we'll move on to item D, discussion items, and turn over to Dr. Barnett.
Well, we have, I'm sorry, it was Jaden.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Greg, thank you.
Yeah, we need to vote on that. Yeah, thank you, Greg. Let's all vote on that. Everybody who would like to approve the agenda, say yes.
Yes.
And
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
It's too early.
I'll get caught up.
It's the change time.
It's a change of time. Brain has to catch up. Okay, Dr.
I just have, I think graduation went really well. We were under an hour, kids were very well behaved. It wasn't super packed in there, so it was good. The choir was awesome, the music was awesome. I think everything went well. The only thing was, it was raining outside, so we had to do stuff inside, but otherwise, I think everything went fine. That's just about all I have. Where everybody's winding down. We got 2.5 days now. So excited, and I'll let the principals talk about their stuff when we get to the student accolades.
It's a poll.
They'll probably get here.
All of them.
I don't know. Bill's not. I'm talking for Bill, and I don't know Jeff. Jeff's probably still getting kids out. So, facility committee update. The biggest update is getting things ready to move. So they're going to move. They're ahead of schedule on the elementary, and then the middle school vestibule. Bill had a few more ideas, so he took those to the architects. They're going to draw some things up and just see. Once they have those plans solidified, we're going to bring them back to the facility committee, because we didn't want to do that until we have something mapped out and see
For
if
free?
it's work. Well, they are drawing them for free, yes.
Okay.
But our budget is $600,000, so we're staying within that budget, and then we'll figure out. And what they are going to do too is draw them so that we have, this is what we have to have done, and then here's the alternates and what would those cost. So if it's under the 600,000, we can figure out which alternate we would like to put in there. And we've also talked, maybe we can do some of the stuff that Bill wants in-house. So there might be some things we can do, or map it out for the next year or the next year. So we'll see. But Bill, now that he's had a little more time to think about he's got a few more ideas. So we'll bring all that to you guys.
And Bill
Mueller, I'm sorry, the middle school principal. Yep, middle school principal. And student accolades. Do you want me to jump to that, Jim?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll start with Mr. Mosier's. He's still letting kids out of school, but I think I can. So they've got.
You're gonna be motion, yes, like that.
I do.
I know one kid.
They've got a little lemonade stand there that they were selling lemonade. Over on the right is the conservation poster contest winners. So we have three contest winners there. And then field day, those are from field day, this one. And they had lots of fun pictures. Mike Burns was there and took tons of pictures. So if there's any elementary parents out there, they've got the link on our website, and you can go and get them for free. But there's lots and lots of really, really good ones.
Between him and Mike Woolnutter, we owe them.
Yes,
a lot.
we do. Almost every single kid. Yeah, they're awesome.
They do awesome.
Yep. And then, I'm not sure, but we've got
I think that's
some,
a new student council.
oh, this is the new student
For middle
council. You're
school.
right. Thank you, Jade. Yep.
Well, Jennifer
These
has a
would be
kid on
6th
there.
graders. Yep.
Oh.
And
That little one, watch out for her in the checkered blue and cream.
Yeah, this one right here, yeah.
She's
Yep.
something.
And there's Jim's granddaughter, and then a kindergarten, a teacher, and
Susan Barron.
Susan Barron's another, and then
Mr.
Lawrence.
Donahue's daughter.
Suze, and John
an Artson.
and
Yes, she said.
Paige and Jean, and then one left, I'm not sure, is that?
That's
Is she-
Aronson.
Oh, Arndt.
Katie
Jameson.
Aronson.
I think it's Jameson.
It is Jameson, yeah.
Yeah. I barely
And
remember the
Egan
parents' names sometimes.
Okay, middle school Bill gave me, so these two here, they took their picture from a History Day project. It was the Civil War, and they had to put something that was the cause and effect and an influential person, and then present those to the class. So, and then on the right is Jill Clayton's.
There's Ellie Albertson.
Yep, there's Ellie Albertson. Family
Dinner.
Consumer Science, and they, Bill said she does a lot of math in there that they really don't know because they have to convert things. And so they were doing like the color of frosting and figuring out dark lights and different things like that, so that's fun. Students of the month that Bill, or students of the quarter, I'm sorry, that Bill shares. And again, those students don't always have perfect grades, but they just have good character, they work hard, and they have done some good things. And then in the corner here, these are just students helping with the FFA plant sale, which that always makes a great deal of money, and I don't know if any of you've all been there, but they've got good plants, so. And they have I know, you did try. They have long lines, so, because you can only fit like 5 in there at a time, so.
That works.
Greg tried, yeah.
In and out. One more.
All right, Case? I think senior
So
awards.
the top picture would be our senior awards night. We were able to have it in the auditorium this year. Last year, my first year was in the gym, so I was like, oh yeah, I forgot we have it in the auditorium. That was nice, well attended. And then on the right, the science club planted quite a few trees again.
59, was it?
Yep, for Arbor Day, so that's pretty cool. Then that's Emerson Reichel. We had 2 student council for president speeches this year, so Emerson won the vote, but it was pretty fun. Had both candidates come in and they both gave very good speeches, and the kids had to make their decision and vote, so that was good. And I don't know what Shane has there. You see what that is?
Something.
Marines.
Going to the Marines or something.
Okay, it must be a
maybe?
project that he did, I don't.
Guys, Shane's not old enough to enlist yet.
Yeah, would be a freshman going into sophomore year, so.
District level. Casey, do you know what
That's the
the?
Spanish.
Yep, those-
Biliteracy.
Oh, those are
Seal
the
of biliteracy.
seal of
That's
biliteracy,
biliteracy.
so that's a great honor. And if you were at graduation, they had something on them
Report,
that's,
yep.
That must be before my child passed her last test.
yeah,
There's a couple more on there.
yes.
Yeah, there were three more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
3 more girls, yeah.
It's a prestigious thing, and I know our Spanish teachers are very, well, all of our foreign language teachers are very thankful for all the kids that work hard to get that, because it's not easy. These are Jarrell Grody and Daniel Novotny and Julie Munson were given the tag, which is the teacher of greater good from
Also talented.
also talented and gifted, but they call it the tag recipient from the Masons. So they have given them each, they do it 2 times a year for, and then we're missing 2. So they usually have it from, they're missing Dean Mosier, who is the PE teacher at the elementary, and then one of the Shelby County Catholic. So they always give 5. And then they also give lots of student scholarships too. So they do a lot, and it's all just on can recycling. He mentioned that they have recycled over 2 million cans since COVID. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah.
You know, they've got too many acronyms when you have to start sharing them.
I know, yeah. And that's a picture, and Casey can talk a little bit more, but we had close to 300 people volunteer for the tornado cleanup, and that's just a picture of one of the groups, but I don't know if you want to talk a little bit.
Yeah, it was a great day. Just Jen put a lot of work into it and helping line up equipment and locations. JC Storman really took and had her, she's our business teacher here, and her classes helped with the fine tuning of getting kids into groups and aligning with the landowners and property owners, and then just had a lot of support, sent kids out for the day, and then I kind of went, Anthony and I went and drove around, and it was so powerful to see those kids just kind of sprinkled through the fields of Shelby County. And when I say they work hard, that is an understatement. I felt like they were running through the fields to pick up and clear the debris from the tornado. They worked so hard. And just, we got more done than we thought we would in the day in a shorter amount of time, if that gives you any indication of, by the end of the day, they were worn out. By 2 o'clock, they were done, and we had to go, bus and get everybody back here, but it was such a powerful, just a really powerful day for us to help Shelby County, and then for the kids to have that memory, and, it's just
There were
helps.
shirts donated by
Xander,
Xander,
yep, they don't, and the
Um,
shirts were awesome, because you
Yeah,
could
they
see
were
them.
awesome,
You could
yes.
see them out
Yeah.
there working.
And I thought he was, honestly, I thought he was just gonna write volunteer on them.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool to have the cyclone
The cleanup
emblem
crew,
on
yeah.
there, and,
Yep.
yep.
Cattlemen's donated food for everyone,
Yeah,
lunch for everyone.
720 burgers, that's
Yeah.
what they made.
So
Yeah.
that was
Yep.
quite an undertaking, because they grilled for everybody who was out, and we had those farmed out and sent shifts and people out, and then they grilled burgers for everybody who was still here, because we still had teachers here and students here, holding down the home front, so it
And
was
lots of
just
volunteers
one of those
hauling them.
days.
The food back and forth and.
Yeah, it was just one of
Great
those
day.
days where everybody found a lot of value and purpose in what they were doing, and the kids just,
Craig Stork donated gloves for all the
Right.
kids too, so lots and lots of
Fairway
Donated
donated all of our
Fairway
water.
donated water.
and the burgers and buns.
Mhm.
The church helped me with the name of the church down here with the donation center.
Church.
Congregation.
They have the donation center, and Bonnie Dolan called me nonstop, and I mean that in the best way, like, whatever you need, send kids down, come and get it. If you need more of this, we have water, we have gloves, we wanna help. So it was just a
Good day.
really good day and a really good experience for everybody.
And they were on the
So-
news, they were on Channel 6 and Channel 7. They had lots of state representatives here, the governor was here, so
Yeah.
great, good.
Like,
Good
I think
stuff.
you had
Yeah.
said it was a good way, the kids wanted to help, but this was a good way to show them where to start.
Yeah, yeah.
And that they can help, and even if they don't know how, this gave them that opportunity, and
Yeah.
it made them feel important in the end.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we had so many students outside of our one day who had been working, so hard, and we had quite a few call in and say they weren't coming to school, and then they would just meet us at the job site so that they could work too. It was, so we had a number of students who knew how to help and where to go, or had some kind of connection with somebody who had lost property or needed help, but we had almost as many or more students who don't know, they wanna help, but they don't have a connection or know where to start or how to do it. So this just offered them the opportunity, and the teachers worked hard, everybody was just, it was just a really good day.
Okay. Casey, do you know is this National Honor Society here?
Yes.
Okay, National Honor Society doing their cleanup
Cleanup day.
day.
Mhm.
Say, because I know the yard there.
You did, is that
Yeah.
yours?
It's my parents.
Oh, your
Is it?
Oh, yeah, good, yeah. And then the last picture is graduation, and it was just a good day. So I think
Parents.
everyone had fun, and kids were really good.
Well, we'll
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
I
good
think that
group.
was student council
Which one?
Student
on
council.
the right.
This one?
Or national honor.
National
Honor
Honor
Because
Society.
they're sophomore,
Cleanup.
freshmen on there. They're not.
You can get,
Oh, you can?
yes, you
Oh, okay.
recruit other volunteers to
Got
be
it.
in your group.
Got it.
Yep.
Cause Susie's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I
I
was
saw
like,
Susan.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay.
Very good.
Your sister had something to do with that. I'm pretty sure.
We're on to item
nice
E,
sign.
action
What's that?
items.
So that's a
And
nice
we'll
sign.
start here with number 1, the personnel report.
Yeah. We are still doing, I mean, a really good job, I think, so far of hiring our positions. We just made an offer on the middle school volleyball there at the classified coaching sponsors, so teacher associates are gonna be open, but we won't really start really recruiting for them until later on, just because it's hard to accept a job and then wait
3 months.
3 months to start it. And then if you go down, we just have our special education teachers, and we've got some ideas in the hopper, but we're not quite just ready to share those yet. So hopefully, next month we'll be able to say we don't have any openings.
With the special ed, one is at the middle school and one's at the high school. So we're
Hard to find. But I think we've got some ideas.
Any
Questions?
Tis the season, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the new hires are just coaches and people resigning and us rehiring coaching positions and things like that too, so that's why it looks so low.
Any other comments? Otherwise, we'll look for a motion.
So move. I'll move.
We'll move to approve the personnel report by Greg.
Greg,
And
I'll
second.
second.
Okay, Alan, Greg. Greg? And Roger?
Roger.
I'm sorry, I just heard.
We need to know the time, so that
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, no. Next, we have item 2, approval of the 2023-2024 graduates.
Now, this may be silly. Okay,
Well, usually we do them ahead of time.
gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Maybe that was a dumb question. Right,
Right,
so.
they have their diplomas, yes. No,
Bring it back.
usually graduation is, we do it ahead of time. The hard part is, cause you might have a couple graduates that get done, like, that got done Wednesday, that you weren't, so you always wanna wait right until the end so that you approve them all.
Well, this is the end, I would
This
think.
is the end, yes,
Okay.
it was yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
Great, so moved.
Having a motion to approve it. Okay, Jade and Greg on that. Catherine,
Thank
all
you.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, no. Next, we have item number 3, the Bond Council and Disclosure Council Engagement Agreement. Proposed $1,640,000 general obligation school bonds. And what this is about, it's about engaging a lawyer. So this is kind of
Basically, yeah.
before the rest of it comes.
This is the first step, we just have to engage the lawyer, give them permission to do all the work, basically.
That's it right there.
Pretty standard.
Do we have to have a lawyer?
For this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Unless you wanna do the work.
If you wanna do
Beth is about to get a
So do we pay them more for this, or does it go with what we've paid them throughout the year?
You pay them a fee each time.
That,
17.5. At least that's what it said in that one agreement, right? It was 10 for one and 7,500 for the other.
I'll take your word for it.
so each time we do it, obviously, we're paying them.
And that's our choice, to do it as many times as we split it up to 3 different bonds for 3 different sales, just
A
because.
lot of the reason we split ours up is there, when you're doing a financing arrangement and you're trying to make all the spots fit where you want them to, it's best to actually spread it out, because then it actually makes the financing a little easier. It's not as tight as far as what you have to repay in certain years. Probably would have worked, but I think way back when we were doing the planning, one thing Travis had always said is don't cut yourself too thin, and that's the reason they chose to spread it over the issues that they did.
And we've been able to earn some interest by putting them in CDs for just this short amount of time, and we've earned some interest, so that pays the lawyers, and then it's kind of a
It hasn't
bonus.
really cost you or anything to borrow it up front.
Nope. You have to make sure you spread the right ones at the right time so you don't have arbitrage.
Yep.
I don't understand what that's arbitrage, but that's okay. I know.
Arbitrage, basically, you have so long to spend the funds, and so And we're in good shape. We've already talked to the arbitrage people. We've got those ducks all lined up already.
Okay. Any other discussion, or would someone like to make a motion to approve this item number 3? So
I'll second.
is that Greg and Jay? Did I get that right, Greg?
That's
No,
Roger.
Roger, okay, sorry.
Close.
I heard it.
Close.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Okay, next we have item number 4, and this is in reference to the not to exceed $1,640,000 general obligation school bonds series 2024, but particularly what we're doing is making a resolution directing the advertisement for sale, approving electronic bidding procedures, and approving official statements. So this is the advertisement particularly there.
And then they will put the bond out to bid, someone will buy it. So the last thing that we have left, which is our June 4th meeting, we will approve the sale of the bonds. The last thing we did today was had a call that, they ask us specific questions based on finances, and so how did we spend our ESSER dollars? They had a few extra questions for us, and then they send that off, and then we get a rating. And our rating was pretty good last time, and I don't expect it to be any different. So as soon as they get the rating, they put it on these official papers that I can send to you. They're just still drafts. And then that is what gets out, so for businesses to look at, banks to look at, to buy
But we'll
it.
still be able to see who's bidding on it, not just who you think we should sell
They,
it to,
we have
right?
to,
You gotta take a look.
you have to take the
We have to?
best-
Gotcha.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I think in this, you have to take, you gotta take a look.
because it's public, yeah.
When it's publicly bid like this, you don't have a choice.
Nope.
And I take it, Brian, that the decision to do it at this time involves some mental gymnastics at what's going to happen with rate increases, and they talk about rates going down, but it's not happening. So Piper Jaffray has to
Yeah.
weigh all that, don't they?
Yeah, they will, and a lot of it too is, some of the things that come into it is the call provisions too. That actually, once in a while, if the call is earlier, then sometimes the rate will be a little higher. They look at all that.
Like the call is we can pay it sooner
Yep.
than,
Refi.
I'm refinancing.
how often does that happen?
Oh, we've refinanced.
We actually,
It's saved
when
us.
we had both our GO and our old
Oh, that's
revenue
right, we
bonds,
did that at the beginning, okay.
we actually, in 12 and 15, refinanced them. And
That's
it's,
right.
that's pretty common
I
actually.
remember that now.
And the last one, what was it, 5 or 6 years that we had a call, we can call it.
The revenue bonds were 3.5 to 4 years. Like, Roger, you
Yeah.
tell me one or the other.
It's 3 years from June,
Okay.
so.
Cause that
we
was a
did it-
mixture of you.
3.5.
But yeah, so it's 3.5 years.
Yeah.
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 Those things are very difficult to predict, but take somebody that's like Travis,
Travis.
that's
I
really.
don't think they felt real bad about the rates though at this point. I still think they're still feeling we'll get a pretty good rate. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll know on June 4th. And the good news is it's the smallest part of our borrowing, so.
And it's pretty typical to see a 5 to 7 year call on those, isn't it?
Yeah. I think-
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, 5 to 7, 5 days, somewhere in there. I don't know that I've ever seen one that's.
Any other thoughts? How about a motion on this item number, what do we have?
4.
4? Thank you.
Do we have to say it exactly?
I think you
No, I'll move for the resolution.
can.
I'll second.
So moved by Roger and seconded by Jane. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, no. Next is item number 5, agreement for school-based intervention services between the Green Hills AEA and Harlan Community School District.
So these three, all three of these things from Green Hills AER are things that we've already have in place. Last year, we had a school-based interventionist for 4 days. We wanted her 5, but she was really good and only wanted to work 4, so we only paid her for 4. So, but this year we would like 5. She's gonna stay home with her children. She'll have 4 little ones under 5. So that's why we're gonna get a new person, and they're willing to do 5 days. So we're very excited about that. It's a grant with juvenile courts. So we get a full-time person for for $45,000. They pay all the benefits, they pay all the IPers, we just pay the grant.
I love their math.
Well,
5 times $9,000 a day. I just,
well,
Blows me
days
away.
per week, so we, like, what, the way it works is they do like.
that's not what it says.
I know. Yes. Like 5 days per week per school year is what
Yeah.
I should say, yes.
Looks like $9,000 a day though.
That's the way, that's the way it read.
Yes, so it's 45,000 total for the whole year, yeah. And
Thank God
we
they put
use
that
our risk
part in that
funds to pay for
parentheses,
this,
Roger.
so.
What's that?
Thank
Yeah.
God they put the part in
Well,
parentheses.
if they wouldn't have, I would've had a big question, yeah.
So the person now is Amanda Nelson, and the person we will get is Sharon Whitson. And so she's actually a retired principal, and she's gonna retire and collect her IPers and then just get her the minimum that you can collect. So she'll be really good and have a whole different aspect for us, so she'll be good. But she'll be a Green Hills AE employee.
Very good.
What do they
Comments?
get out of it?
Green Hills, they're just the flow-through agent,
We get our
really.
dues money.
That may change after next year if, and then they may be hired like through juvenile court, and then we would, they're already kind of looking at that just in case something happens with Green Hills. They're kind of, they get probably a little bit of an administrative cost and that's it. Because they use their insurance, Green Hills AEA's insurance.
Well, I wouldn't think they did it for no reason.
Yeah, not much, but it's not much.
Very good. Item 5, agreement for the school-based intervention services. Would someone like to make a motion on that?
I'll motion.
Motion by Jay to approve, second by Al. All those in favor, aye. Aye. And those opposed, no. Next, we have item 6, the services agreement for managed services between the Green Hills AEA and Harlan Community School District.
So this is the social worker that this is technology. So this is something that we've had, they help us with cybersecurity, they help us do E-rate, which is getting a much better rate as a school for all of the internet and different pieces through the federal government. It's a very detailed, lengthy report that Brian curses at, I guess I should say, and is very thankful that they do that for us.
It's very helpful in this
It
piece
is.
because they actually know everything that you can get it on.
They're experts in it, so it
Whereas
helps.
I guarantee I'm not an expert.
Yeah. I did ask our technology department, they were like, we need that. But it doesn't cost us very much and it's just a great service. And we've had it for the last 2 years. They've come in and done an audit and said, you need to do this, this, and this. So just to have an extra set of hands and eyes, and you can call them anytime.
Do we have a third party on an IT standpoint that manages our server or manages our
No, Jeremy
VPN
does.
and all that
Jeremy
other
does all
stuff?
that. So these guys will help. So if God forbid something happens, then they would be in here in a minute to help us shut things down.
We
and
pay a company that we get the service from, right?
Not anymore, no.
I thought we just approved that not that long ago.
That was for computers,
Yeah,
maybe,
IT
for
services.
services?
No, I thought it was with the new face recognition and all that was.
Oh,
part
that's
of-
different, that's a little
That's
different,
different.
yes, you're
Oh,
right,
okay.
yes. That is like hardware, or
Hardware.
yeah.
I'm thinking more managed IT services where
Got
they
it.
manage for cybersecurity, for, that kind of
They
thing,
came in
mail
and did an
will, all
audit.
that kind of
They did an
stuff.
audit.
They
and kinda
came in,
told
they'll
us what
come
we
in
needed to do.
occasionally and they'll do an audit and
So that's
say,
more
this is where you have to
security.
get
Are
better.
they doing any type of
And
ongoing,
then that
like
would be-
phishing attacks or
Oh,
anything
yeah.
like that to make sure
Jeremy
that
actually
people
does
don't,
it, and Jeremy, you don't wanna get on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History.
Cause
We
he did
do.
one, he did
Everyone
one,
has to take a
A couple years
class.
ago, we
Yeah.
had some
and
problems.
he had some repeat offenders that
Yep.
clicked on
Yep.
the,
on the link when they're not
Yeah.
supposed to. Okay,
Yeah.
I was,
yeah, Jeremy does that at least
that's
twice a year,
important stuff.
the phishing.
And we all had to take that on.
Well, and then like just the
Ransomware.
two-factor authentication, they've helped us when they did an audit, they were like, ooh, you gotta have
Are you
this.
guys doing two, so it's
Yeah.
two-factor, okay.
Yeah.
Chromebooks was another one that we can save a lot of,
What
I
are we
think that was
using
their
for two-factor? Are we doing a
recommendation, save
text
lot of money and they're
message, are you
safer.
using authenticator, or do you know?
You can do.
You use
you
an
don't use the
authenticator for-
authenticator.
To get into like the camera system, you have to use an authenticator.
Okay,
It just
Otherwise, it's just through like email or your phone.
okay.
Can you speak to where things are stored at? Is it on site and in the cloud? or
Yep,
is it-
we have them in the cloud and on site, we have just one server here and, as a backup, yeah. And that was not the case 2 or 3 years ago, we had kind of everything here, which is not really a good idea if one
Yeah,
goes
then you
down.
almost gotta
So
take
then you have
backup
to have
tapes
backup.
offsite if you're gonna do that. So,
Okay.
The other thing they've done is help us get the clear touch boards, like the cost down, because they do big, huge bulk orders, so they've just recommended and done great things for us, so, yeah.
Anything else? Otherwise, we'll look for a motion on item 6, this services agreement for managed services.
Sure.
So moved.
So moved by Greg,
Well, let's.
seconded by Al.
Unbounded, bounded says by 3.
Keeping up, Catherine. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And those opposed, no. Next is item number 7, the agreement for master social worker between Green Hills ADA and Harlan Community School District.
So this is, we get operational sharing dollars with this, so we get about $15,000 or $16,000 back when we share. And then we, this year had a social worker for 2 days a week, and basically they can help all the kids who fall through the cracks, who maybe don't have good insurance, and then they don't charge insurance or anything, we're paying for them. And again, hired through Green Hills. I will say, I have talked to the chief at the AEA, and depending on what they do next year, I do think that we could probably manage this for a little bit less. And so next year, we will look into if we're gonna have a contract with them or not. This year, we have someone that's here, she's great, and I would like to keep her here, but I do feel like the cost, we'll see how it maps out, but I think we could probably operationally share with another district, and then you can also sell that day to them, so they get the operational sharing, but then we charge for their time. So we'll see, but I felt like this year we've already got a good person in here, and we'll just let it roll, but next year I may look into that separately, as long as we can find a good person. I mean, that would be the kicker. So. Green Hills is in, there's lots of changes going on, and they did ask us just to meet as an admin team at the end of June to understand what our needs truly are, and we'll be very honest with them on what we do need and what we don't. So that this year's gonna be a gap year for them, because they've gotta figure all that out. And then I'm sure they're gonna slim down again to say, okay, here's the true services we're gonna offer, because they have to survive too, so.
It's very advantageous for Harlan that you've been on both sides of the aisle, I think.
It's helpful, yeah, it does help, yeah. It certainly is opening our hiring pool up substantially with people unsure of job security. A large portion of what we've hired have come back.
Is that right?
Some have, Jenna, and
There are several, there's 3 or 4 that I've seen on our papers.
oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard when you're not sure each year.
100%,
If you're gonna have a job.
100%.
Yeah, so we'll take them.
But it
Yeah.
has certainly helped us, yes.
Very good. Any other comments or ideas? Next, so we'll look for a motion for item 7, agreement of master social worker agreement.
So moved.
So moved by Jay to approve the agreement. Second?
Second.
Roger, second.
Yes, I'll second.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Next, we have item 8, our favorite policy review schedule, reading 1.
I'm
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Greg.
That was for you.
He waved.
I didn't see anything that jumped out to me to have any problems with the first reading, so.
If we're good, would someone like to make a motion?
So
So moved by Al to approve the policy review schedule first reading. And second?
I'll second it.
Second again. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And those opposed, no. Okay, next we have the policy review schedule second reading.
There's just transportation.
The transportation.
We talked about
Yeah.
tuition last month.
So
We talked
how's that
about-
gonna, so then everybody, so we just won't be doing any in town busing, correct?
Just preschool next year.
Just preschool?
Preschool's gonna, we're not doing preschool, we're doing otherwise, we're doing normal in town
Oh, we
next
are,
year.
okay.
Are
We're
we
just-
planning to put that communication out so parents know to start
Yeah,
doing things?
both of the daycares that we do go to are, yes, they've put out communication.
But I mean, like in 2 years then, when it's gonna be no busing to those other
We're gonna see,
places?
yeah, we'll wait and see, but definitely, if we don't have enough drivers, then we'll do that. We're just starting with these two. I mean, the whole key is the drivers.
Well, somebody asked,
Yeah.
are we losing drivers? Are we
Yes.
not able to retain drivers? What do you think?
They're retiring, so they're retiring and then you can't, it's hard to find them again, yeah.
What is a driver's average salary or beginning salary?
They get paid by the route.
And it's harder now to get a CEL than it used to be.
It's a lot harder to get a
It takes quite a bit longer.
Are we willing for some program that works with all the stuff that we're working with Iowa Western? Are we willing to hire and pay for them to get their CDL, or do we have any
We have,
incentive
well,
like that?
we're getting the CDL simulator, so
Right.
we'll do that, but you can't get your real hours until you're 18. So that's what's hard. So we can do all the practice hours and get them,
But I mean, above
Ready.
eight,
She's talking.
above 18, if they
Oh,
others,
wanted
yes.
to, do we have
yes, Iowa
incentives?
Western, yes, we've talked to Iowa Western, and in fact, they have reached out. Jared, our transportation director, has all the information. They've got grants, they've got, yes, it's just hard
Do we
to find.
advertise that, willing to pay?
We sure can. Right now, we don't
We don't need anything
need
right
them right now,
It's
but we
just-
will
we were-
when they notify
Yeah.
us that they're going to retire.
Yeah.
So you're just
So we-
And I foresee
anticipating?
there's
Yes, that's what
several
Jared
that will.
is, Jared
Yeah,
is,
there's
yes.
several older ones that I
Jared
can
is
see
But
worried
retiring.
they've
that
all signed
several
their
have
contracts
said
for next year.
one more year and then I'll be done, so he's just anticipating. So we definitely will start recruiting after that,
Well, yeah, I mean, if you see a need, then if
Yeah.
we're going to.
but we can't really hire them now if we don't have a
If you don't
route
have
for
a
them,
position.
that's what's
Right.
hard.
Yeah.
But we
But they can
can,
do,
we could provide
them.
training
Sure.
and pay for their training as an incentive if
Yeah.
it becomes an issue.
yeah, if anybody's,
Somebody specifically asked that the other day, I was like, I don't know that we have that
we do
right
that
now.
for teachers too. I mean, like this, like special ed, honestly, that's one of our ideas is we'll pay for someone to go back and get their special ed endorsement, because we can't find anybody. So definitely we would do that.
Gotcha.
Yep,
It's a
We
big
just
time
have to-
investment to get your CDL to drive a bus, so a huge time investment.
Well, obviously we have to have them though, so we
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
thinking of that.
No, but I'm saying for the individual to do it, it's a huge time investment.
Hours wise, like, yes, yeah.
So the people that drive the special ed students and take them to their homes and stuff, they don't have to have CDLs?
No,
Class B.
no, they just have to have a,
Class B.
Class B or
Oh,
a
gotcha.
chauffeur's
Pass.
license.
Oh, okay.
Which actually, Catherine and I went down and got ours.
And
the other
Brian.
day, just, and Brian has his too, and Ashley has hers too.
Wow.
Just in case, if they didn't have enough drivers, we can do that. So, that's an easy one, it's just the buses. And all you don't realize either, it's not just going back to and from school, it's all the activities that, so, like Bill Carney, he drives the bus a lot, but, who else is it?
Andrew Sandquist.
Andrew Sandquist.
Mosier.
Thaw.
Jeff Faw and Dean Mosier, all in-house, will do it for us if we need to, but that's helpful.
Right, but yeah, I think about the Early and Defiance bus drivers. They're close to,
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing is Jared has ongoing conversations with them, so he
sure,
kinda
yes.
knows where they're at, and that's key.
Yeah.
Jared's saying.
Is there a point when you're too old? I mean, is there like an age?
If you're still capable, I mean, it's,
So you just have to pass a physical?
Test, yeah.
why are you thinking of it?
No. No?
Do we know what other districts pay bus drivers around? Are we competitive
Very.
with that?
Oh, we're very competitive. Yeah, and they all have struggled bus drivers. I mean, they've got superintendents that drive bus, like the,
Well, people aren't gonna drive to another school district to bus drive, because it's too inconvenient for the.
No, I just am curious what makes other districts have bus drivers and not us.
well, they don't,
Oh,
they're all, they're
It's a
all.
problem across the
Yeah.
state.
Everybody has a
It's,
problem.
it's bad,
It's a
yeah, they're all,
problem across the nation.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of custodians are driving buses
Yeah.
in other small districts.
Yeah.
Well, we love to hear the solutions, not always the problems.
Yeah.
As long as we're thinking of that too.
Yeah.
Superintendent drives the bus.
They did, he does, I don't know if you want me to.
I ain't riding on that bus.
Pretty sure nobody would insure me for that.
With all my friends.
Cause you can drive retired. My
Hey,
mother-in-law
Jennifer's
drove
driving,
40 years
she wants a
and
cow
retired.
catcher on the front.
Yeah.
Wow, those are good, really good discussion. Buses, all things, transportation. Second reading, would someone like to make a motion, we'll move on to the next thing.
I'll get a second.
Jen,
Okay.
Jen so moved,
Yeah.
and we got Greg on the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Next, we have item number 10, the consent agenda, which includes the minutes and as well as the accounts payable. Any questions on that?
Unless I missed it, do you put in the, and maybe it's just in the total, but do you put in the, like when you do the payroll?
Your payroll doesn't go on there because it's all contracted previously.
Okay,
They're signed contracts, so you don't have to put that in there.
so you don't have to put it in there?
You don't have to put that in there.
Okay,
If you just put what you're paying, the bills you're paying that month.
okay.
Public. They're public, but they're just not in there each month.
Again,
They're public,
The-
but they're not in there
Right,
each
yeah.
month.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jim, you didn't have any questions on any of that?
I did find it.
Oh, dang it. Shocker there.
Dang it.
I look at it and I'm like, yeah, Jim will handle it. But now Roger and Jim, if you're ever on finance committee with me,
Oh, yeah, I
sorry.
did have
I
another
look at it,
question. There was, we're like 100 and, on the expenses,
Is it
like
on
a
this
600% over on,
You gotta go back,
and
Treasury
go to,
report?
go back.
go to
Yeah,
the,
that's by fund there.
okay, so where you do 100%, or
This
can you
one.
scroll down?
Yep.
That's
Yeah, that's our 678% over budget.
That's
What's
because, that's, because when we do our original budget, we put essentially a lot of this in here, well, the administrative costs, the bond fees and stuff, we have to, they make us code it different. So really what you wanna look at
Look,
here,
is the bottom number.
the bottom
Okay.
figure.
Okay,
That's a good question.
Okay.
Very good question.
That was a good, great question. And a good answer, a short one.
I got more.
Sometimes they're long.
I think if you gave more, it would no longer be a good answer.
Very good. Any other questions? Otherwise, we'll look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
move.
Jennifer, you're kind of slacking down there.
Roger?
There you go.
Who had that?
Roger,
Okay,
And
Roger.
then Jennifer.
And Jennifer second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
I didn't know I had a
The
cord.
next thing
Yeah, well, you do.
is Jade's, no, it says
Yeah,
adjournment.
Jade's
Does someone like to make the motion?
She has
to
a quota
adjourn?
as well.
Right. It's
I'll
always the
always make
adjournment.
that one, yes, for sure.
So moved by Jade, and second.
Second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, did anybody second that?
Just
You're slacking.
I think Al said it the loudest, I don't know if it was first.
It's always Greg though, right? It's always Jade and Greg.
Oh, yeah, that was much better. Sorry, I forgot to
We
say
even
something.
tweaked
It was
it.
all
It
those
was
in
nice
favor
just
of
to get a
adjourning,
little
say
more
aye.
size
Aye.
and
Those
forward.
opposed, no.
We even tweaked a couple of.
I'm counting you as an aye.